There is a brand new architectural detail that is happening right now, and I would be remiss if I didn't share it with you because this is going to be huge in 2024 and beyond. Follow me. And since so many of you asked today, I am wearing my uber chic Parisian sweater by BELLINI. My pants are Snack by Mother. And my shoes are vintage Celine. My earrings are also vintage Christian Dior. So I was driving by several homes in the flats of Beverly Hills. As you guys know, I live in California, I live in Los Angeles, but I live in the hills of Beverly Hills, but I drive through the flats to get to the hills, for those of you that don't live locally. And the flats is where you can see a lot of construction unobstructed because there are no big bushes and things covering up homes. So I get to, you guys know I have been known for breaking into some construction sites. I don't know who that could be, but yes, that has happened. But I have noticed, and I'm going to go and get the footage, and I'm going to give it to my videographer, my trusted man, Justin, to add the videos and photos of what I'm going to be talking about for this video, because I love what's happening, and I know that I've seen this in other places, and this is something that you guys can use for the exterior of your home and if you're building a new home. It is, voila, brick veneer. What does that mean? Traditionally, homes have either stucco or wood siding. They can also have stone exteriors, but there's a new guy in town, and he is very chic. He's called brick, but not just any brick. It's called a brick veneer, and the profile is beautiful, and it is a lot smaller than your traditional brick size. Here's our very first example. I'm going to get some really good examples for you, live examples of homes that I've driven by that I mentioned, but here is one in white. I prefer the color brick with the black windows, with the steel windows. I think that looks really unbelievable. But looking at this white veneer of this house, what it does is that it gives it a sort of depth and interest. And in fact, it's probably a lot easier to maintain than stucco because it has texture to it. So if you were to bang your trash cans into it, it's not going to be so obvious. The ones that I've noticed that I have had a love affair with are on traditional buildings, traditional new buildings, I should say. This is new construction, guys. This isn't a redo. This is new construction of a traditional built home, but the interiors are uber modern, and the interiors look like the colonial home that we spoke of, but the exterior has brick. However, this is also happening in the contemporary modern design. If you see these photos, you're going to see these homes that are visually interesting, and they're picking 2 to sometimes 3 colors of this brick and creating visual interest in homes that were typically very, very cold and only white stucco. So the days of white plaster, I'm afraid to say, are coming to an end. Uber modern, very thin brick veneers that are placed next to black minimal modern windows. That's the look. You heard it here first. And I'm telling you guys, if you're thinking about building a house or if you want to remodel your house, this is a really good look because it can apply to so many different periods, so many different styles of homes without it looking like it's redone, without it looking odd. So unlike your traditional brick and mortar type of construction, which is labor intensive and costly because it's heavy, etc., these are veneer sheets that basically are placed they are adhered to the building. So the home is constructed as it normally would be, and in California, you've got wood framing, and then you have your sheeting, and then you're gonna have your, of course, waterproofing, etc., and then you place this veneer outside of that. And obviously the veneer brick does not, because it's a veneer, support any structural element. This is essentially a very inexpensive way of creating a very high-end home without actually spending the money on layering your brick. Especially in California, where you can't traditionally use brick because of the fact that we have earthquakes here. This is going to be very hot in California because finally we can create that brick look without actually using brick, because brick is impossible to build with as it would perhaps in the East. And back East, you can do 2 layers of brick, which supports your actual structure, and then build your home, which of course has a lot of positive attributes because of its strength and its durability and so forth. But in California, veneers are the thing, and the The way that these are built, technology that is being used these days in construction are so interesting that in fact, if you guys are interested in booking a session regarding what to choose for the exterior of your home, what kind of layouts, what colors, what furniture, anything that you may need, all you have to do is click the Zoom link in the description section. In fact, I had a client that I met through Zoom that wanted me to design the background of her podcast. So essentially anything is possible. As you can see from the videos that we have thrown in here, these are from my neighborhood. This particular home I know is built of steel because I had been watching its progression. And this is a beautiful, gorgeous corner lot, and this home must be at least $30 million. That's what the values are here in California. They're outrageously expensive. But this home was built with a very high-end architecture firm and construction company. So I'm telling you, this veneer is the best material that is out there because nobody is scrimping or scraping on this job site because everything inside this home that could have been wood was structural steel. So this is a beautifully built home, and it has this gorgeous brick veneer. And then it also has my favorite windows of all time, which are the steel windows. Steel windows have a very minimal frame, and that's how they create this modern, very Tudor type new construction. With all of that said, I always like to look at the pros and the cons, and what could be the con of using this kind of material? Well, the one thing that comes to mind is, what if the company that builds these veneers goes out of business and you need to remodel your home? So you're going to have to re-veneer the entire home if you create an extension and need it to be uniform, or if you have an accident happen on one of the walls where something is damaged, where there's water damage, are you going to be able to replace those veneers? So that is the caveat. However, it is advisable to get extra material, as I do in many of my projects, whether it be flooring, bathroom flooring, interior flooring, so that you have extra in case. And since these are not very thick, you probably have a little bit of space in your home reserved to keep some of these on hand. And as you can see, there's more of them popping up in our neighborhood. We're going to see this everywhere. I hope you guys enjoyed my deep dive into what I think is going to be the next biggest trend. You heard it here first. I love you guys. I'm here to serve. So whatever you guys need, let me know if you would do the brick. Would you do red or would you do white? I'm curious. I can't wait to see you guys again next week on the Red Elevator.